get back to it on your phone.
I am. I don't want to be the little blue dude.
Oh, this is the epitome of Scrub Nation right here, Dunbar. John Rice.
Ethan Winter, you're being charged with being the ultimate scrub. You don't have any room to talk.
Well, you're being a huge scrub right now, so I don't know who's the bigger scrub, me or you.
There we go. We're live.
Oh
All
my
right.
God, dude. So should I review the should I review your intense memo that you sent the league?
Yeah, just read it off so I can
All right.
say my counterpoints
All right.
in my defense.
July 13th, 2015. Dear Scrub Nation, it was brought to my attention on July 4th that Ethan Winter, owner of John Rice Beaters, was considered leaving the league due to pending allegations against Tom Brady and the questionable work of NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. On Sunday, July 12th, Ethan was given the option to leave the league or stay. He provided a highly anticipated quote-unquote decision press conference and came to the decision he would indeed participate in 2015-2016 Scrub Nation season. Upon league review, we came to the collective agreement that Ethan will be charged with A. Threatening the league with defection, B. Tampering with league officials, C. Disturbing league peace and creating public distraction, and D. Being the ultimate scrub. As a result, I, John Rice, has found Ethan Winter guilty on all 4 counts. Ethan will be suspended the first 4 games of the season and will lose control of his team to league officials. He will not be allowed to add or waive players, nor have his 4 keepers active in his lineup for the first 4 weeks. In addition to the above, Ethan will also be banned from drafting or adding current, as of NFL Week 1, New England Patriots players to his team for the entire 2015-2016 Scrub Nation season. Ethan, the ball is in your end zone. You may appeal. However, appeals process may take up to, but not limited to 10 weeks.
All right, so here's my. I just have a question, John. Under the charge tampering with league officials, what does that refer to? How did I tamper with league officials?
Ethan, it's the idea that you're going off of the NFL. What you told me on July 4th when you said that you didn't want to put any more money into the NFL's pockets, you don't even pay for fantasy football, Ethan.
Yeah, but it's revenue. They still get money. They still get money.
Yeah, but you're not putting any money in their pockets.
It's the whole idea, but like, how does that have to do with tampering with you? Like, I don't get it.
All right, so here's the thing: did like Ethan or John did his decision, the highly anticipated quote unquote decision you said, did that, like, you gave him an allotted amount of time to make the decision?
Right.
Did it overlap, like, the period of time that you gave him? Like, did it?
No.
It didn't.
So I didn't tamper with officials.
So he made the decision within the time period that you gave him, like.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason why I came to my decision when I did was so I could avoid having to suffer any further penalty, or any penalty for that matter. Now, like, I'm willing to take some or face some penalty, but these penalties are way too harsh, especially since, as Dunbar said, I came to my decision to return to the league within the time allotted that you gave me.
Okay, and then so I think, like, maybe we should make it a little bit less harsh of a sentence, but I agree that, like John said, you guys have had the league for years.
Yeah,
And
at least 4 years. Right?
You could have come up with the conclusion a little bit earlier, and also, like, a lot of the stuff involving the NFL is money related, and like I said, this is a fantasy football league. So that being
Same
said,
principle,
I
Dan.
think maybe like a 2 week suspension is good, and I think you should be able to draft anyone. Honestly, that's my opinion.
All right,
Uh,
I'm fine
and
with that.
like I think that 4 weeks is excessive. I think that two weeks. That's my opinion, or that would be my decision. 2 week
Yeah,
like ban or suspension, and then um, maybe being able to keep have the keepers from last season, but
right.
not draft Patriots players. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
All right.
So,
Well, I mean, thank you, Dunbar. I agree. Like that maybe
course you agree.
most it's a 2 week suspension in which I have my team locked, um, or I'm not allowed to use my keepers for those 2 weeks. So, uh, so like when you're saying like I could draft anyone, like I can still draft anyone, like even if they're Patriot players, I just can't play them the first 2 weeks or whatever.
You don't have access to your 4 starters for the first 2 weeks, is what
Okay,
he's saying.
the 4 keepers. Okay,
but I think you should be able to draft anyone. That's my opinion.
all right, all right.
But honestly, like being that you guys have had the league, I'm sure I agree that for instance, like it did disrupt to some degree a little bit of like
Yeah, no,
the flow of the league,
yeah,
especially being that you guys have had the league for years. John Wright said so.
right.
Um, I don't know, but I think 4 games and all that is excessive. That being said, like just from now on, like if you're thinking about quitting for whatever reason, I think it should be much more cut and dry. It should be much more like,
All
uh,
right,
yeah. So,
all right. I accept the 2 week.
John, are you cool with that, John Rice?
Yeah, Ethan, you can't just accept it. We got to come to a mutual agreement.
But the neutral arbitrator already came to his decision.
No, that's not how it works. You had
All right. So okay. Being that we've had the discussion and Ethan agrees to the terms of 2 week, everything reduced to 2 weeks. Like what's the
Okay. So here, based on the opinions of the remaining members of the league, we believe that because of the atrocious decision to quit because of Tom Brady, I'm a Patriots fan myself, and I'm not going to quit a fantasy football league because of a decision against Tom motherfucking Brady, even though he's the GOAT.
He is. He is the
Okay.
GOAT.
So I understand you both are Patriots fans, and I guess maybe, what's the compromise here? What do you want? Like,
I think the
being that
compromise is 2
Wait,
weeks.
hold on. Based on the remaining members of the league, we have decided that we should still have the penalty. You cannot draft any Patriots players.
Okay, so 2 games is fine.
2 games plus
2 weeks.
no Patriots.
What if Patriot players are among my keepers?
Who do you have among your keepers?
Tom Brady and Julian Edelman.
Oh, fucking A, dude. No, you got to forfeit those guys.
So they can still be my keepers, correct?
No, they cannot. You
Why
you cannot have any Patriots players on your team.
No, because I designated them as my keepers. So therefore, I should be able to decide who my keepers are before the season. Plus, I already set them before even the official announcement of the
I think
punishment.
here's a good way we can
I can always change them, Ethan.
here's what we can do. How about he's able to trade those 2 players for different keepers? Like let's say like trade among the keepers. Like is that a possibility? Would you do
Well, considering my team name is Free Brady, I'd rather keep Brady and Edelman.
Yeah.
You see my eyes rolling
I'm
right
fine
now.
with not playing them for the first 2 weeks, along with the rest of my keepers.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I think I don't have an issue with you keeping the keepers, but if your league, if everyone in your league doesn't believe that you should be able to have,
Yeah,
uh,
but Dunbar, you're the independent arbitrator. It doesn't matter what everyone else in the league.
that's true. That's true.
I mean,
Um,
it's your word. Your word is the final word.
right. Okay. So,
Okay,
John,
so
so John Rice, I'm just trying to hear this. You don't have any, like, you think 2 weeks are fine.
Yes.
But what okay, so John, like what is like the issue is not 4 weeks. It's we've come to the conclusion it's 2 weeks now. Um, what would be a good compromise for the keepers with you? I mean, like how would he be able to keep like you know what I mean? Because if he loses two keepers from last season, how is that fair? I mean, I understand like the whole league process. You guys were upset with his decision or whatever, but if he loses two keepers, I mean, I think that he should be able to trade among them, among the group of keepers, like among different teams. To if you don't want him having, I mean, I don't understand like what the issue is with having Patriots players though. Like,
Yeah, I don't either.
like I understand like the issue was why like that was like why he was thinking about quitting. But what do you like? I don't know. What's a compromise you're thinking of? Like, what would he do? Like, if he has to forfeit the Patriots players, where do they go? They just go to free agency or
pick
waivers?
players from his team.
What?
You can pick two other people in place of Tom Brady and Edelman.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to do that.
Well,
And
you don't want to do that, but you're gonna have to.
like those two players are like really like my best two players too.
Ethan,
Like
you're being
John Rice,
penalized.
John Rice. If
Well, I think
if you want to
that's what I'm
compromise,
saying. Two
if
games,
you want to compromise,
2 games is enough. So
I could I could I can't I won't be able to add any more Patriot players to my team if that's a good compromise for you.
that sounds good to me. Like, no more Patriots player. Like, you can't have Gronk. You can't have like.
Yeah, but Gronk's already a keeper.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but you get the point. Like I can't add the Patriots defense or
My my
Gostkowski or
my
whatever.
opinion my opinion on this is that his keepers from last year were already set in place from the previous season. Yes, we're penalizing him for his decision to leave the league, but we are. But I think that he's going to keep. In my opinion, he keeps the two keepers that were already set in place as his Patriots players. The whole like, in my opinion, the the entire like penalty was pretty harsh. I mean, that's
It was a mutual decision among league owners.
Yeah, but I mean, again, Dunbar is the neutral arbitrator, and so his like it doesn't necessarily matter what the other owners think. His job as neutral arbitrator is to come to a compromise, and that's what he's trying to do. And so whatever the other owners think doesn't really matter. It's Dunbar's word is the final word and final decision.
well, I say he keeps the two keepers.
Okay, then let's do this. You can keep Brady, you can keep Edelman. You're suspended 2 games, along with losing Edelman and Brady for an additional 2 games.
But the deal was that
So you're
in terms of
listen,
being
Ethan,
suspended for
listen.
2 games, I can't use my keepers for the 2 games, so they're already out for the 2 games.
All right. Well, then
No,
how about
no,
we do
listen,
this? How about we do this? So yeah, like your 2 week suspension, you can't use those keepers, and then we add on one more game to make it three, and then at the fourth week you can start anyone you want. And you're back in the league for good.
Okay.
'Cause
And
is that a
so
compromise, Jr.? Is that cool? Like more
So
or
he's suspended 2 weeks, but then 3 weeks he can't have Edelman or Brady or
no,
the other two keepers.
like 2 week the first 2 weeks like we said, and then one more week after the first 2 week suspension. He can re-enter the league or play, but he can't use Edelman or Brady for that next week 3, and then the fourth week everything's back to normal. Because I just think like I understand why you're trying to have him forfeit, but that kind of makes it totally like unfair. I think.
Right.
I think.
Well, he can start the rest of his team. He just
Right.
can't start his 4 keepers.
Right. Right.
So I'm saying
So I
after
have a question.
week 3, it's back. Okay.
So
After
I have
week
a
3,
question.
it's back to normal.
If we decide that Brady and Edelman I can't use for the first 3 weeks, and I can't use my 2 other keepers in addition with them, with Brady and Edelman for the first 2 weeks, am I still not allowed to add any other Patriot players for the rest of the season, or is it both? Like,
I think
either or.
besides your keepers, those are the only 2 Patriots you
Okay.
get on your team.
Okay.
So after the first 2 weeks, I say the third week you still can't use your Patriots players, but you're back. You know what I mean? After the suspension.
Right. Yeah.
And
I
then
can start my other 2 keepers.
fourth week it's back to normal.
Okay. All right. I think that's fair, I guess.
So let me make sure. So I'm going to send out another memo. Let me make sure that was correct. First, you're suspended completely for the first 2 weeks. No control whatsoever of your team. The entire year, no access to other Patriots players other than Brady and Edelman.
Okay.
And you lose Brady and Edelman for the 3rd week as well.
Okay. So in terms of the first 2 weeks in which I'm like locked out, does that mean like I can't set my lineup or like with the players that I have? So like I have a quick. If I set my lineup before the season starts, I would have to use that lineup for the first 2 weeks, correct?
You can set your lineup among like what you have.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
But you cannot add or drop.
Okay. All right, that's fair. I just wanted clarification.
Edelman or Brady or your other 2 keepers.
Right. Okay. I just wanted that for clarification.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
I think so.
Thanks.
Don't
Thanks,
ever
Dunbar.
call me.
Good talking to you.
Don't ever call me again. I'll hit you guys.